Hi, my name's Cami, and I am a senior studying chemistry here at Caltech. I would love to show you around during finals week and give you a look at a day of my life. I think my hardest exam this week was actually writing my proposal for my genetics class. I had to come up with an original project based on reading background literature in a new field and propose a problem and a solution and write it up in the short span of 4 pages, which I will turn in today at 5 p.m. So I just have to put the finishing touches on that. And I think my easiest exam will be elementary Japanese, but only because my professor is so kind. I have been bungling the alphabets, but she gives us lots of time to practice, so I'm feeling very confident. We are here outside of Beckman Auditorium, which really stands out to me because this is the place where a lot of the freshmen will take their core classes. Essentially, for the first year that you're at Caltech, you take the exact same classes at the exact same time as every other freshman. And so they pack your entire class of about 200 to 250 people into Beckman Auditorium to learn math at the same time, which is really funny. And it gives a lot of first-year students a chance to collaborate and learn how to work together to do really difficult problem solving in science. So we are here at Turtle Pond, which is one of the many scenic places that you can walk by as you run late to your 9 a.m. Orgo lecture. On a sunny day, we get enough turtles that you can't see any of the concrete berm surrounding the pond. It's entirely covered in these turtles. We always like to see if they're up to something wacky. Sometimes they're around, wandering around campus trying to lay eggs. And sometimes my postdoc research mentor told me she has seen them use the waterfall like a slip and slide. We always keep an eye out for wacky turtle behavior. Usually we just get a tame yoga pose or two. Something that I find really cool about Caltech campus and Turtle Pond in particular is that the surrounding Pasadena community will come here and essentially use it as a massive park, which is really cool. A lot of people will bring their families, their kids, their pets to come walk around and enjoy the scenery and the greenery. A typical day during finals week here at Caltech is a little bit unusual because the majority of our exams are take-home exams. We have the Caltech Honor Code, which is incredibly unique. The Caltech Honor Code is an agreement among everybody in the Caltech community. We basically all agree to never take unfair advantage of each other. So with that, we are trusted with the ability to have these take-home exams where they tell us how much time we're allowed and which materials. So a typical day here during finals week probably has students getting up decently late and getting moving in some way, whether that's getting breakfast, getting some exercise. They'll probably do a marathon study session, and then they will probably sit down in the evening and take some exams. There have been some weeks since our terms are only 10 weeks long that once you get to the end, it's kind of the final race to the finish. So we get tempted to do every last project all at the last minute. But the beauty of being a senior is that I have figured out how to schedule everything a little bit better. My favorite class that I have ever taken at Caltech is a diversity in microbial metabolisms course taught by my current research mentor, Professor Diane Newman. It was really cool because it's actually a graduate level course that I took with a lot of the microbiology graduate students. I think there were about 3 undergrads in there, and we essentially read most major papers in the field of microbial metabolisms dating back to like the 1940s or something ridiculous, and really got an appreciation for how problems in microbiology are solved. I think one of the most impressive parts about academics at Caltech is the chance to work with people who are the leaders of their field as a part of a very small undergraduate student body. In my first year on campus, I worked with Professor Douglas Reese. With no experience or background in his work, he allowed me to join his lab and essentially learn on the job. And I can't think of anywhere else where somebody who was so established in their field would treat me with such kindness and grace and allow me to try something new. I would definitely recommend Caltech to current high school students who love STEM. Those are essentially the only majors offered on the Caltech campus. So if you are kind of exploring what kind of work you'd like to do or what field you'd like to go into, this would be a difficult place to decide that you don't want to do science. If you love science, I would absolutely recommend Caltech to you because it is so STEM focused. You have to come in knowing that you have a love for these things. But once you do, it's just an excellent hotspot for a bunch of brilliant people to come together and talk about the work that they love. I don't know that everybody who's looking at colleges knows what Caltech is, but I think that it is one of the greatest places in the world to do science, especially as an undergraduate. I think for the concentration of opportunities that we have here. Being here has really taught me to run away with my curiosity and be really enthusiastic about the science that I'm doing, which honestly I think is the biggest prerequisite for being in STEM at all. After Caltech, I plan to get my PhD in microbiology, but I'm getting really excited to take the foundations that I've learned here and apply them to the problem of my choosing in grad school. Now it's time for a study marathon before I head into lab, but it was really nice for you to walk around Caltech with me today.